Okay, hi everybody. Hope you're all well this Thursday. Hope everything's okay, and especially I'd like to say hello to our friends in Albaniano who've gone into lockdown. Yeah, so hope you're all okay, and see you all soon. Yeah. So anyway, today we're going to continue with the explanation of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 2, which is the main teaching and practice that was taught and propagated by Lama Caroline Rinpoche since 1993 until now. Yeah, okay. And it's the foundation of all the NgalSo practices. Okay, so we're looking at that in detail. So before we start, we're going to do what we call the NgalSo preliminary prayers and get ourselves into the mood. What that means is we're going to try, when we say pray, the prayer is to put our mind in the positive direction. So there are a series of like positive thoughts that help us to turn the mind in the right way, in the positive way, in order to think about others, to have many different thoughts. Yeah. Why we do them in Tibetan is because, well, Tibetan is the international Dharma language of Tibetan Buddhism. Yeah. Okay. And Rinpoche was Tibetan. Yeah. And we have many lamas and monks and geshes who come to visit us, and we'd like to continue to do practices together with them. And anyway, we're an international Sangha, yeah? So actually Tibetan is more democratic, isn't it? Yeah. Because almost nobody has Tibetan as the first language, so then we're all happy, no? So anyway, so Rinpoche requests that we continue to do the NgalSo practices also in Tibetan, but then of course with translation in our own language, whatever our own language is, yeah? Okay, so let's do the NgalSo preliminary practices together. Who likes, please join in. And if you don't, just wait a minute and have a positive thought, okay? Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya. Taking refuge in generating bodhicitta. Sangye Chada Sogi Jonamla Janju Badu Dani Kyasuchi Dagi Jinsogi Pesonanki Drula Penchi Sangye Drupasho Sangye Chada Sogi Jonamla Janju Badu Dani Kyasuchi Dagi Jinsogi Pesonanki Drula Penchi Sangye Drupasho. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we take refuge until awakening. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may we become Buddhas for the benefit of all beings. 7 limitless thoughts. Samchen Tamche Dewadan Dewe Gyudan Dempa Gyuchi. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. Semchen Tamche Dunyel Dan Dunyel Gi Gyudan Drawa Gyuchi. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Semchen Tamche Dunyel Mepe Dewa Dami Drawa Gyuchi. May all beings experience the great happiness that is beyond all misery. Semchen Tamche Nyerin Jada Nidan Trawe Tamnyon La Nepa Gyuchi. May all beings dwell in equanimity, unaffected by attraction to dear ones and aversion to others. Semchen Tamche Lusen Gidu Nele Soshin Trayun Lusen Dewadan Dempa Gyuchi. May all beings recover from the sicknesses of mind and body pollution and enjoy relative and absolute health now and forever. Semchen tamche NgalSo Tantric no chuko yu danshin samane gyuchi. May all beings relax in a pure and healthy outer and inner environment now and forever. Semchen tamche dasan buligi kedo tada shinagi shidedan dukun dempa gyuchi. May all beings enjoy inner and world peace now and forever. Tamche duni sashida semale sahome padan la tiltanya bedurye ranshin jampo hone gyuchi la dami chupese no susham dahani kitro kusan chutre la name nanke kangu hunkyab gyuchi. Om Namo Bhagavate Benzasawa Pramadane Tathagataya Ahate Samya Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Benze Benze Maha Benze Mahatetsa Benze Mahavidya Benze Mahabodhicitta Benze Mahabodhi Mandropa Samkramana Benze Sawakama Awarana Bishodana Benze Soha. Expressing the power of the truth. Kunjo Sungi Dempadan Sanketa Jaju Sempa Tamche Giji Aladan Soniyo Suzo Penadan Chempodan Chukin Nampa Dachin Sangi Mikyape Toki Deshin Yidugyuchi. Invocation. Malusem chen kugi gugyuchi dude punja hemize jomzela nona malu yanda kengyupe chomden kuche henedi shesu so gosungupe gone chaselo no shan yitro chupa malubo tomene sa ditun tamchesha Kepa gewahanam la jeiran kowamatam badule shune drola chuki hikolo kowadanda shenjena janchu chempunu. Mandala offering. Sachipuki joshi metotram rirali jihini de gempadi sange shintu mite bowayi Drukunanda Shila Chupasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniryatayami. Request to the lineage gurus. Lo Sankhya Wakungi Yeshuni Tritudri Mehegyal Tenzin Pezora Chankyo Kogyatso Trudungun Trinchela Meheshabla Sowade Om A Guru Vajradhara Sumati Gyana Shasana Dara Samudra Sibhadra Sawasidi Hum. Om A Guru Vajradhara Sumati Gyana Shasana Dara Samudra Sibhadra Sawasidi Hum. Om A Guru Vajradhara Sumati Gyana Shasana Dara Samudra Sibhadra Sawasidi Hum. Making request to our root guru, Rinpoche. Locho sampo pelgyuta shipa tu chentem petrin leanoda pegyedro lo zampe zepachen palden la mehesha blaso wade Oma guru vajradhara suhumahati muni shahasane kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Humoma Guru Vajradhara Suhumahati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Mama Guru Bhadradara Sumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadrama Samahanya Sawasiti Kyoni lama kyoni yidan kyoni kadrocha kyonte tene zunte janchu badu kyumi kyase misowe dida badu chime tayan tuje chakyuzun zola shishi jijo nadro konso tengi droson bachoso kyoni lama kyoni yidan kyoni kadrocha kyonte tene zunte janchu badu kyumi kyase misowe dida badu chime tayan tuje chakyuzun zola shishi jijo nadro konso Tengi droso bachoso kyoni lama kyoni yidan kyoni kadrocho kyonte dene sunte janchu badu kyomin kyase misowe dida badu chime tayan tuje chakyusun zola shishi drido nodro konso tengi droso bachoso. You are our guru, you are our yidam, you are the Daka and the Dharma protector. From now until we achieve awakening, we seek no other refuge than you. In this life, the bardo, in all future lives, please hold us with the hook of your compassion. Please liberate us from the fears of samsara and nirvana. Grant all realizations, be our constant friend, and free us from all interferences. So, having requested 3 times in this way from our Guru's crown, throat, and heart chakras, come from his holy body, speech, and mind chakras, the crown, throat, and heart, come white, red, and dark blue lights and nectars, which fill our whole body one by one and then together. The 4 obscurations are purified, we receive the 4 empowerments, and we receive a special potential to attain the 4 Buddha bodies, yeah? So we meditate on this, okay? Okay, so then for each and every one of us, wherever we are in the world, come like a second Rinpoche of light, a rainbow Rinpoche, about this height, who comes to the crown of our head, like dissolves through the crown of our head, goes through our central channel, and mixes with our subtle mind at our hearts. Dagilu Pakyoke Sunda Dagina Pakyoke Dagi Danyamechi Tu Jingilo Makyoke Dagilu Makyoke Sunda Dagina Makyoke Dagi Danyamechi Tu Jingilo Lama Ken, Trinchen Sawe Lama Ken, Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken. Okay, so hi everybody, hope you're all well today. Everything's okay with all of you, yeah? In a positive mood, everything's going okay, yeah? So now we're going to continue with the long explanation of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 2, Tantric Self-Healing of Body and Mind, a method to transform this world into Shambhala by Lama Caroline. Yeah, okay. So last time we got up to, we're on page 62, yeah, which is this one in the second English edition. So if you can you see that? Okay, so what we're doing is called a scanning meditation. So what this is, it's like all the points of the spiritual path, all the thoughts we need to do to put our mind in a positive direction, like a list, like a kind of shopping list or something, except it's a shopping list with blessing, yeah? So each time we bring, like, for example, let me understand that I have a very precious opportunity. May understand that everything changes all the time, so don't waste my time. It's like a list of positive thoughts, but each time we request the blessing of all the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, all the holy beings, yeah? So each time we say one of these things, we imagine that lights and nectars come from the holy beings, and that helps to put our mind in the right direction, yeah? Uplift our mind, yeah? It's kind of like a mind transplant or something, yeah, okay? Like, because the holy beings' minds are more positive than ours, yeah? Their vibration's higher, yeah? So it uplifts our ordinary vibration, yeah? So this kind of scanning meditation that we're looking at, like the last time and now, this kind of assumes that you know the Buddhist teachings, yeah? Because short does not mean, oh, good, short, I can finish it in 1 second. Short means I already know the subject, so we don't need many words, yeah? So anyway, so the idea is like this, that if you've never, in case anybody's never heard about these things before, then actually you need to hear more about it. Like, for example, about karma, like you need to hear a lot more about that, about anyway, the things we talked about last time and all the things, yeah, each one has like a very detailed explanation, yeah. So on our YouTube channel, there's many, yeah. For example, Lama Michelle explains a lot in detail about all these things if you like to look there, okay? Now I'm doing like in a short way, like kind of like more like Rinpoche style, short, yeah, okay? Okay, so I'll read what we got up to last time, and then we'll continue with the explanation, okay? Please, Lama Vajradhara, please, my precious Lama healer, bless me to develop friendship, faith, and respect for you, the root of all attainments. Bless me to quickly realize the preciousness of my human life, impermanence, death, and transformation, the suffering of the low states of consciousness, refuge in the three jewels, how to live according to the laws of karma, the suffering of the higher realms, how to practice the 3 higher trainings. Okay, so this is where we got to last time, yeah? Okay, so last thing we talked about, the last points on the scanning meditation, one was the suffering of the lower realms, and nobody wants to be unhappy, nobody wants like pain or addiction or exploitation or fear or hunger or cold or to be basic, yeah, which is what the lower realms are, yeah, okay? Nobody wants that, yeah? And then we talked about how we shouldn't actually want the so-called happy states of consciousness either, because, for example, human is like again and again going through a kind of like humdrum, like mundane kind of existence, okay? It's not the worst, it's not the best, yeah? But again and again we experience birth, aging, sickness, and death. We don't get what we want. When we do get something nice, we lose it, and so on and so on. We're born alone, we die alone. So there's many sufferings that we also have to experience as humans, yeah, okay? Then the sufferings of the devas, yeah, and the asuras. So that's like I was saying last time, that's like being like a supermodel, yeah? Kind of a deva is a combination of a supermodel and celebrity and billionaire type, all rolled into one, yeah? Okay, so the suffering of that state of consciousness is when it finishes, yeah? Like when you no longer, I don't know, like somebody like Maradona, no, the football player, when you go out from being the most famous one in the world and drop down, it's incredible suffering for those kind of people, no? Yeah, so also have to empathize with them, yeah? And then the asuras, who are kind of the jealous ones, yeah? Who I was saying are like all the other models, not the supermodel, yeah? So even though they're absolutely gorgeous and beautiful and their life is really nice, they're not satisfied, no? They're always looking at somebody who's better than them. So they're in their hearts, they can never find peace, yeah? So also that's not a nice state of mind, yeah? Okay? So anyway, so hopefully we decided I don't want any of this. I want to definitely emerge. I want a better life that's none of those things that we talked about so far, yeah? Yeah? So if we want to emerge into nirvana, which means no more suffering is blown out, yeah? Nirvana in Sanskrit means like, see this candle here? If I blow it out, yeah? It literally means that my suffering, my pain would be extinguished. It doesn't mean that I would be extinguished, yeah? It just means that if my pain is extinguished, I would always be happy, no? So that's what nirvana actually means. So these few words that we use, like samsara, nirvana, karma, we need to know what they mean, yeah? Otherwise, it's strange saying things we don't understand, no? Okay, so we wish for minimum on a personal level to achieve nirvana. That means no more suffering, to be peaceful all the time, whatever happens, good or bad, yeah? Then we have some other bigger motivations, yeah? Like which is what we're going to come on to now, which is called, we're entering into the bodhisattva mind. A bodhisattva is a being who's awakening. Sattva means being, and bodhi means awakening in Sanskrit, yeah? So it's somebody whose mind is awakening into the highest kind of mind, the best kind of mind, yeah? So Rinpoche, our Rinpoche, always used to say, we should change our small, selfish heart into the big, open heart of compassion, yeah? Like, stop thinking just about ourselves and think about others, yeah? And the more we can go in that direction is the right way. That's the true spiritual path, okay? Like, to be truly human, to live in the best way, to make the best use of our precious human life, we should do like that, yeah? And put more emphasis on the happiness and well-being of others, yeah? Okay, so then, next point, yeah? How to practice the 3 higher trainings. So what's the 3 higher trainings? So number 1 is ethics, yeah? Number 2 is concentration, and number 3 is wisdom, okay? So in Buddhism, these things are very, very important, yeah? So Buddhist ethics, what are they? So Buddhist ethics are easy. Buddhist ethics are based on ahimsa, which means not harming, no violence, yeah? So if you don't harm anybody, it's okay, yeah? And if you do harm yourself or others, it's not okay. This is the basic of Buddhist ethics, yeah? So the historical Buddha said, don't harm yourself and others, and if possible, try and help others, yeah? But absolutely, like, basic level, yeah? Buddhism 101, don't harm, yeah? Ahimsa. Himsa means harming. Ah means not, so not harming, yeah? Do not harm, yeah? So actually that has incredible deep connotations, actually, because if we think, oh yeah, okay, I'm not harming, but then we think, oh, but my clothes, you know, my food, and then it gets actually really complicated. So living in this world, yeah, so one way or another we're going to be involved in harming, but there's obviously degrees of it. Like, for example, if I step on an ant and I didn't see it, it's quite possible, yeah, then actually, and then I feel sorry, no, but it's not like I deliberately squished it or something, yeah? So there's degrees of harming, no, okay? When I was young, no, I had a friend when I was living in Manjusri Institute, and she wouldn't go outside, yeah, outside, because she was the cook of the Buddhist center, and she wouldn't go outside because she was worried about squishing insects on the grass, yeah, okay? And so because we had like a very big Buddhist center with many like long stone corridors, so she spent all the time inside on the corridors, yeah? But this is a little bit too extreme, no, yeah? In fact, like in the Buddhist time, yeah, there was Buddhism and Hinduism, and there's also the Jains, yeah? The Jains are like more, let's say, extreme on non-violence than Buddhists, yeah, for example. Anyway, they're very, very focused on that, yeah? So the historical Buddha was like, okay, yeah, of course we need to be non-violent, but even that is too much, like the way of the Jains, yeah, okay? But in the first Buddhist monastery was formed in the Jetavana Grove, in the cool bamboo grove, because in India, they have a monsoon season, yeah? And so when it rains, yeah, it rains like a lot, yeah? And then there's come all kinds of like insects and bugs and snakes and all kinds of stuff, yeah? Like everything like sort of breaks out, life explodes everywhere when it rains in the Indian subcontinent, yeah? So then the Buddha and his friends, the bhikshus, no, they decide, okay, we don't want to walk around during this time because we'll be standing on lots of animals and insects, yeah? So that's how they said, instead we'll go into retreat, yeah? So it's called the rain retreat. And this is why that Ananda Pithika, yeah, who was the Buddha's first sponsor, that he constructed the first vihara, the first monastery, so that the Buddha and his friends, the monks, yeah, they would have a place to stay while it was raining, so they didn't harm anything, yeah, okay, anyway, and so on and so on. Buddhist ethics is a very big subject, yeah, but basically, don't harm anybody, and you're already in the right direction, yeah, okay. Then from that, there come like 10 branches, like don't kill, don't steal, don't commit sexual misconduct, don't lie, don't gossip, don't slander, don't divide people with your speech. And then 3 of the mind, which is don't covet the things of others, yeah. Don't have malice, which means wishing to harm others, and don't hold wrong views. And that one is the most difficult because our mind has a built-in design for fault, yeah? So all the time we see ourselves as separate from everything in reality. Wrong views means this, that we means we perceive reality wrongly. It's nothing about morality or ethics or anything like that, yeah, okay, or philosophy. It's just like our mind is projecting reality in the wrong way. So anyway, and Rinpoche, Lama Caroline, understood we don't do this. So in Rinpoche's books, yeah, like for example, I have one here, okay, Spanish version, Peace Culture, yeah. In these books that Rinpoche made about Buddhist ethics, about peace culture, everything is put in the positive, yeah. So it says, for example, instead of harming, let's protect life, yeah, and so on and so on. Everything is phrased in the positive, yeah, because that was Rinpoche's idea, no? Better, no? There's too much negative, don't do this and don't do that around, no? So everything we put as like a positive alternative, no? Okay? So ethics, yeah? So the Buddhist ethics, apart from anything else, why do they make us peaceful? Because basically, if we're not getting involved in a lot of like dramas and other people's problems and this and that, you know, we're not letting our delusions like rip, not letting our delusions explode, then automatically our mind is more peaceful. So somehow we can say that our ethics, our peace ethics, yeah, our peace culture, is creating a kind of fence around our spiritual practice, or a tent or a wall or something, yeah? Because we need a protected space where we can meditate, yeah, okay? So this is the reason why Buddhists, you know, and historically have like withdrawn from many situations, not because it's not good. They withdraw so they can meditate, okay, yeah. At least the ones who follow the monastic tradition, or obviously the Buddhists who are lay people, who have families and jobs and business. They had to be in the world, but still, they have to find some way to not be totally involved in all these kind of things. Why? Because then you have no mental peace, yeah? If all the time it's like he said that and she said that and this and that, you know. So it's like modern times, no? With all the time bad news and the internet. So we need a little distance from all this stuff, yeah? Otherwise we have no mental space to meditate, yeah? So first thing is this, yeah? Ethics is the protection for our spiritual practice, yeah? Okay? And then exactly it goes on to the next one, concentration, yeah? So we have a problem that we're in something called the Kali Yuga, from the Indian point of view, the age of degeneration. And the Kali Yuga has various features, like, one of the features of the Kali Yuga is we can't concentrate, yeah? And we can see that that's totally true. Now, it depends on how old you all are, who's listening to that, but even the one of you who's like 20, I'm sure you'll agree that from when you were young till now, yeah, like with all the internet and media and this and that, it's like people have become much less able to concentrate on things, yeah. So for example, I don't know, like TV programs, I don't know if you've noticed, they're getting shorter, and all the time people need like more and more stimulation, because otherwise it means they're bored, yeah, okay, like no attention, need all the time something more exciting, more bright, more colorful, yeah. So this is a sign of the Kali Yuga, that people's attention span and memory is getting weaker and weaker. Like for example, before we had smartphones and portable phones, people used to memorize telephone numbers, yeah, okay, and addresses and things, yeah. Like for example, I have one friend, and she used to be a model booker in Milan, yeah, okay, and she had all the numbers memorized of all the beautiful male models of Milan, yeah, okay. She said, oh yes, Marco, blah blah blah, and just call like this, yeah. She didn't need like the smartphone or anything, yeah. But now this is kind of impossible, yeah, okay, because our powers of concentration and memorization are getting weaker and weaker, yeah. So this is actually one reason why in the Buddhist monasteries, when let's say somebody joins a Buddhist monastery or a Buddhist nunnery, yeah, what they make them do is memorize the practice, not because they're horrible or anything, but actually it's a very good mental exercise to develop the power of memorization, yeah. So this is something we need to bring back, yeah, okay. So to learn to concentrate, in our Lamrim teachings, it explains there's like 9 levels, yeah. And now we haven't even got the first one. So they say it's a bit like, I don't know, for example, a baby. If you throw a baby something and it's in the pram, it just goes like bloop and it drops it, yeah? Babies cannot catch things when they're really small. So that's like our attention, yeah? So first we need to be able to catch something mentally for like 1 second, yeah? And then we drop it, yeah? Then we need to be able to catch it and concentrate on something for like 2 seconds. And then, oops, we dropped it, yeah? And then 3 seconds and 5 seconds and 10 seconds and so on, yeah? So like anything in life, when we're very habitual, no? So anything by practice gets easier, yeah? So it's not impossible to develop good concentration, yeah? But this is why, this is exactly why why a Buddhist center is usually not right in the social in the historic centers of cities, yeah? Why? Because it's too interesting, it's too exciting. And why are Buddhist centers usually, yeah, some far away place with like nothing around, like, oh, very boring, not even a shop, yeah? Why? Is because it's this idea to develop concentration, yeah? I mean, okay, like in the West, maybe more or less, yeah. But if you go to like Tibet or Mongolia, really, they have some monasteries. They're so far away. There's no chance ever to go out ever again, yeah? I mean, I remember one time we went to Amarabaisaland, which is like the national monastery of Mongolia with Rinpoche when they reopened it, yeah? So anyway, that's another story. But anyway, Buddhism was restored in Mongolia after Mongolia got independence, yeah? So again, Mongolia became the state religion of Mongolia, yeah? So anyway, Amarabaisaland, super famous monastery, several hundred years old. So one of Rinpoche's friends, Gurudeva Rinpoche, he restored it, okay? He rebuilt and everything. So anyway, about, I don't know, almost 25 years ago, we went with Rinpoche and some other big group of friends. We went to the inauguration of this monastery. And it was so far. I mean, just to get to Mongolia was something. And then we had to cross many days. We didn't even have a bus in those days. Well, there wasn't even a road, yeah? We had to sit on a truck, yeah, sitting on top of petrol cans, yeah, and anyway, across the steps, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, of course, it was really good, actually. But anyway, 2-3 days crossing like this a step, and then finally, monasteries in the middle of like beautiful, but nowhere, yeah, just like mountains and a huge plain, yeah. So that's how monasteries used to be, yeah. You couldn't just nip out for a cigarette or a bottle of wine or anything, actually, because the next town was maybe like 3 days away, yeah. Okay. So anyway, we cannot exactly create that situation, but anyway, so at least what we can do is maybe, I don't know, a little bit less like internet and Facebook and all those kind of things. We have to find some way to learn to concentrate, yeah. Okay. So this comes back to what is important in my life. How am I going to use my precious time, yeah? Am I going to spend all my time looking at what celebrities are having for their dinner and stuff like that on Facebook, or am I going to do something more meaningful with my life, yeah? Okay. And also, of course, when we talk about concentration, we mean learning to concentrate on something positive, yeah? Because many people in the past have concentrated on negative things, like, for example, building atom bombs and stuff like that, which is not positive, yeah? Okay. And many other things, yeah? So, I mean, we're going to learn to concentrate, which is actually a neutral state, but we want to apply it to something positive. So what would be the most positive thing we could apply concentration to? So the most positive thing we could apply concentration to would be understand the nature of reality. And why would that be so? Because since we were born, yeah, it's like we were born with a defective mind, yeah. So all of us, unless we were born as a special person, there's a few special people who were born not like that, but most of us, we're born with everything we see is separate. Everything does not depend on us. Everything, according to us, looks solid, looks permanent. We're separate, yeah? Now, this is actually an illusion of our mind, yeah, because reality is not like that. We're not separate. Things are not permanent, yeah? And things are not all separate, yeah, and not related, yeah? But somehow it's like we have a broken mind. So our broken mind perceives reality in that way, yeah? So the best thing we could do with our concentration is apply it to fix the design fault in our mind that makes us see things in the wrong way, yeah? Because if we started to see things correctly, which means if we started to see that everything was connected, yeah, that everything is like a process, yeah, okay, and we're not separate from everything else, then we would relate in a completely different way to everything, yeah? Yeah. I mean, the reason we do many of the things we do is because we don't feel connected to it, yeah? Like, oh, just throw that away, who cares, yeah? Or, oh, it doesn't matter about the planet because soon I'll be dead, you know? This is what sort of people think, no? But this is complete wrong way of thinking, yeah? Because we are all connected. What we do matters, yeah? Okay? Anyway, so we apply our concentration to fix this broken mind that we have, so we see things in the correct way, okay? So this is what the three higher trainings are, yeah? Ethics, concentration, and wisdom. And if we keep on doing those for long enough, yeah, we'll become what's called an approacher to the state of an arhat. So what is an arhat? An arhat is, how can I say? It's like somebody who's overcome all their mental problems and sufferings, yeah? Like arhat or drachompa in Tibetan, dra means enemy, yeah? So it means the one who's victorious over their enemies. It doesn't mean like in a military way. It means somebody who's completely overcome their desire, their hatred, their pride, their jealousy, their ignorance, okay? So they overcame their inner enemies, yeah, okay? So first, we become what we call an approacher to the state of the arhat, like getting near, and then gradually we become an arhat, yeah, okay? So an arhat, okay, they have experienced what we call nirvana, yeah, okay? Nirvana in Sanskrit means the extinction of suffering, not the extinction of ourselves, yeah, okay? So then the mind continues, but in a positive way, okay? So many of the Buddha's disciples, the historical Buddha Shakyamuni, yeah, many of his male and female disciples, they became arhats, they achieved nirvana, okay? Okay, so this is like one level we would like to reach, but even if we do, yeah, let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say I achieve peace or something, or you, yeah, that's wonderful, yeah, but there's only one person, no? So what we need is, well, what about everybody else? What about all my, I don't know, 1,000 friends on Facebook, let's say? What if I don't have Facebook, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah? I want all my friends to be happy. I want all my family to be happy. I want all the people I see in the street to be happy. I want all the people in all the countries I go to be happy, yeah? May everybody be happy, yeah? And if you went up in a rocket, yeah, now we have all those photos, no, from the space program, you know, from the astronauts, yeah? So you can look down out the window of the spaceships and you can see our planet, yeah, beautiful blue, yeah? So we can see that that's our world, and on that world there's what, 9 billion people, yeah? So me, I'm just one, yeah? And me versus 9 billion, me is nothing, no? One, obviously 9 billion is more important than me, yeah? And then, of course, on top, there's all the animals and the birds and the insects, so it's loads of other forms of life except me, yeah? So just to think only about my own welfare is like to have really a very small mind, isn't it? Yeah. And also, if we think about it, if the collective is well, then automatically I will be happy. No? Yeah. So this is okay. So now we're coming on to the next part of the meditation. Yeah. Generating equanimity, love and compassion, equalizing and exchanging self with others, superior intention, and bodhicitta. Yeah. Okay. So what's all this? Yeah. This is how to change our mind into what's called like a bodhisattva mind. Bodhisattva means a being who's awakening, yeah? Awakening from the wrong view of reality, or awakening from the sleep of ignorance, of unknowing, yeah? Okay? So bodhicitta has two parts, yeah? There's okay, like a bird, no? When a bird, like when we do self-healing, yeah, looks like we're flying, no? So you need two wings to fly to enlightenment, yeah. Okay, these are the Garuda wings, yeah. Okay, now a one-winged Garuda will not take off, will it? It'll just go fall over, yeah. Okay, or this one, it's not possible, yeah. We need two wings to take off, yeah. So like, or this picture of Rinpoche behind this famous picture, yeah. So what are these two wings? The first one is the wing of we call the vast path, developing love, compassion, empathy, and relative bodhicitta. And the other wing is what we call the profound path, which is understanding how things exist, how they function. Yeah, okay. So together with these two wings, we go like woof, 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 and take off into enlightenment. Yeah, okay. So now first we're going to talk about how to develop the vast path, the path of equanimity, and love, compassion, superior intention, and what's called bodhicitta. That means relative bodhicitta, okay? So first thing we need to develop is equanimity. So many people say, oh yes, I'm interested in Buddhism, I'd like to do Tantra, I'd like to do this and that, yeah? And they always send in loads of questions saying, oh, how can I reach the clear light, and what's the illusory body, and what's the rainbow body, and what's this and what's that, yeah? And every time I always reply back saying, look, you know, sorry to say, but unless we develop like equanimity and start to be kind people, there's no chance for all that stuff, yeah? So for our level, We better focus on those kind of things, yeah? Okay? And this is true, yeah? It's like we all, like for example, we have all seen all these beautiful Buddhist temples with gold ornaments. Also in Albaniano, Rinpoche La and Lama Michel and our community are making a beautiful temple now with beautiful gold ornaments on the roof. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, okay, incredible. Yeah, the temple of heaven on earth. Yeah, which will be ready, we hope, very soon. Yeah. So we might want the golden ornament on the roof. Yeah, okay. I just want that. Yeah, but how can you have the golden ornament on the roof without the roof and then the walls and then the foundations? You need. So we saw how the temple was built. No, first you need to dig the ground, yeah, make a big hole, put the foundations, yeah, then build up many things, and yeah, finally you can put that gold bit on the top. No, and we saw, didn't we? We sat with Rinpoche and watched them with the cranes putting those golden bits on the top. No, so our practice is exactly the same. No, of course, we and you and me, we all want to be, to become like the best kind of person in the world, and develop a clear light, illusory body, spontaneous new bliss and emptiness, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But if we want to do that, wonderful. Yeah. Then we need to develop empathy, compassion. We need to start being nice to people. We need to start from where we are. Like Rinpoche said, all these basic things are what we need to do. So let's work more on like the foundations, and then Rinpoche showed us the whole thing from A to Z. And if we spend a little more time building up very strong foundations, then finally our temple of enlightenment will be extremely beautiful. Okay. So equanimity. So the classic Buddhist meditation on equanimity is in front of you. There are three persons. One you cannot stand. They're horrible. Yeah, you hate them. One is your best friend or your lover or something. Yeah, and the other one is we don't know them. It's somebody I don't know. Maybe you saw on the street or something. Yeah, or on TV. Yeah. So what you have to do is so there's three people: hate you, love you, and don't care about you. Yeah, three people. Yeah. So then what we do is in our mind's eye, we look to the one who's we hate, you're horrible, I really hate you, yeah? And then we think, why do I hate you, this is true, we have to think about this. And if we actually analyze why do we hate them, most of the times it's because they did, I don't know, maybe they said one thing or they did something, but not the most terrible thing. But then we got obsessed with the idea they were horrible, yeah? And then we became fixated on it and we labeled, oh, you're horrible, yeah? And now every time we see that person, we think horrible, 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 yeah? And not only that, we try and get all our friends to agree with us, like a collective, what do you say, yeah? Yeah, so we call our friends and say, oh, this person was horrible and don't you agree with me and all this kind of stuff, yeah? So this person we project is horrible, yeah? And in Buddhist psychology, they say, aversion is like this. We see somebody or something that makes us uncomfortable, that gives us an unpleasant feeling, yeah? And then our mind over-exaggerates the bad qualities, yeah? And then become obsessed with them, yeah? So it's like we're building up a monster that's not there, yeah? Okay? Or a horrible person, yeah? Okay? So we need to think about that. And always, and if you think about horrible person, then you have to think, well, most probably that person, that horrible person had a mother, and most likely the horrible person's mother really loves them, so they can't be that bad, So we have to start to loosen our fixed projection that person is horrible, yeah, and acknowledge that actually the person's horribleness might have something to do with us. Okay, so we look at that person. Then in our mind's eye, we look at the one that we're very attracted to or in love with, yeah, totally attached to, yeah. So again, Buddhist psychology says like that, yeah. We see somebody that gives us, or something that gives us a pleasant feeling, a nice feeling, yeah. And then we over-exaggerate its good qualities, like, oh, you will truly make me happy, yeah. And then we become obsessed with them, yeah. And then we build up in our minds, they are the one, they're the, the blueprints and all this thing, as they say in Italian, principe azzurro, yeah. So it's a different kind of obsession. So this is like, the mind is like a, how do you say, like children, they sit on this thing, we call it in English, we call it a seesaw, yeah, and there's two children on the end of this, and it goes like this, yeah. So the central point of this is we don't see things correctly, yeah. We don't see how things truly exist and function. So we don't understand that our mind is projecting reality, yeah. So always it's going from like desire, hatred, yeah. And that's our normal experience is like that, yeah. Some people we hate, and some people we're really attracted to. So all the time the mind's going like this in a very unstable way. Yeah. Okay, then there's the third kind of people, which actually is like most people, yeah? People you don't have any connection with in particular, just, like this, yeah? So with those ones, like, I don't know, let's say you see somebody on the bus or in the shopping centre, somebody like that, then with these ones you have to think, okay, actually all the people around me are super kind to me. You might think, how? Because they don't know my name, they never sent me a present, how come they're kind to me? Yeah? So actually they're all kind to us because they're part of the support network of our life. Yeah. Because let's say if we analyze, let's say, our own town or city, yeah, without all the people who built our houses and the roads and put in the electricity and the water and the sewage, and who work in the shops and who grow the food and who educate our children and work in the local government and all this, yeah, we wouldn't be able to live in a very comfortable way, yeah. I mean, there's this romantic idea, no, that you can be like an island, and be like a hermit or something, but most of us, we need to live together, yeah, okay? So indirectly or directly, most people are actually like super kind to us, yeah, because, for example, somebody made my clothes, somebody built my furniture, somebody collected the food that I can go to the market and eat, somebody made my glasses, and so on and so on and so on. Everything that I have, yeah, is due to somebody was working in a factory and put together the bits of my phone, yeah. So indirectly, all those people are kind to me, So we have to think like this and feel like a warm feeling towards all other beings, yeah. So it doesn't mean we have to start sending like sort of Christmas card to everybody or something like this, yeah. But it means when we meet people, anyway, we should have a good feeling, yeah. Because anyway, indirectly, they're all helping us, yeah. Okay. So this is the classic meditation, Buddhist meditation on equanimity, yeah. And this is super important, yeah. If we want to become a bodhisattva, yeah, if we want to grow spiritually, if we want to become a Buddha, yeah, if we have a high aspiration like this, we must develop equanimity, yeah. So everybody we meet, yeah, we have a warm feeling towards, yeah. So this thing of like, oh, I don't like you, and like very attractive few people, you're my kind of people. This has to kind of go, like you could see with Rinpoche, Rinpoche was totally like warm and kind and nice to every single person he ever met, yeah. From all different nationalities, rich, poor, east, west, north, south, it didn't matter, yeah. Rinpoche was equally kind and equally nice to everybody, and that's what everybody like deeply felt, in his presence, yeah, and that's why everybody was so moved by him, is obviously unconditional love, yeah. So it's like, just may you be happy, may you be well, yeah. Okay, it's not like the romantic ideal of love that we have in modern society, yeah. Love just means I would really, really, really like you to be happy and to be well, yeah. Okay. And compassion is like, so we see the suffering of others and wish to do something about it, yeah. Okay. Okay, so Rinpoche always said we need to change our small, self-cherishing heart, just thinking about us and our own problems, and open our heart and develop this big open heart of love and compassion and bodhicitta, yeah, okay? Now, many people, yeah, they feel like they don't want to do this because it's painful, yeah? And they feel like, oh, if I open up my heart, for example, I watch the news, no? And if I watch the news every day, and like I say, every day, I don't know, like one war or one tsunami or horrible, every day there's horrible things in the news, no? You never see one day in the news where it's all nice news, no? So if we look at all this negative news, yeah, okay? Rinpoche used to look at the news like every single day, like also in many, many different languages. And we always used to say to Rinpoche, like, haven't you got anything else on your, I used to say to him, haven't you got anything else on your TV, Rinpoche? Yeah, can't we watch a film or something? It's like, no, we're just going to watch the news in like 50 different languages, yeah? But then after a while, I understood that Rinpoche was doing it out of compassion. So every time he saw something horrible on the TV, he would pray for them, yeah, okay? Yeah, so we feel, oh, I can't watch those things because it's too painful, yeah, and then I'll feel upset, depressed, miserable. But the mind of a bodhisattva is like, I must watch those things and I must do something about it. I should pray, I should dedicate, I should send good wishes, you know. And okay, so how do you say, like, we believe, yeah, okay, like, based on experience, that sending positive thoughts has a positive effect, yeah, okay. Now, nowadays, you know, there's many studies that this is actually true, and it's not just not just a fantasy of our minds, yeah. I don't know, I saw some studies where, for example, there was like two groups of people, yeah, okay, and both were sick, yeah. And then one group, they had people like praying and meditating for them, and the other group didn't, yeah. And the ones who received prayers and meditation, they got better faster, even if they weren't like aware of it, yeah, okay. So that's very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, and that study's been repeated like several times, yeah, okay. I mean, so basically, because we all feel I'm separate, you know, nothing to do with reality, but this is like we perceive reality in the wrong way. We're all connected in ways we don't fully understand, yeah. But we can receive positive thoughts, positive energies, positive wishes from the others, and it helps us, yeah. And vice versa, we should send good wishes and so on to the others, yeah. So we shouldn't turn away from suffering, yeah. Okay. That's what I want to say. Like the bodhisattva path for us at the beginning is a little bit painful, no? Because we're like, oh, I just want that, you know, I want the comfort of my own life and my own relationship. And I don't want to look at all the pain and suffering of everybody in the world. Where will it finish? Yeah. But a bodhisattva, one translation is a spiritual warrior. Okay. Why they're called warriors? Not because they're doing kung fu, but because they actually will face the suffering of the world and do something about it. Yeah. So that takes a lot of inner strength and determination. Yeah. Okay. So bit by bit, we can become a person like that, okay? Yeah, we've seen it's possible, yeah, okay? Okay, so then, next one, equalizing and exchanging self with others, yeah, okay? So at the moment, most ordinary people, okay, what do we say there's two kinds of people, ordinary and superior people. What do we mean by that? An ordinary person is somebody who hasn't understood how things exist, yeah, okay? So it doesn't matter what kind of clothes you wear or what kind of culture you have or how many languages you speak or how much money you've got or anything like that, yeah, or how beautiful you are. If you haven't understood how things exist, you're ordinary, yeah, okay? And a superior person is one who understands how reality functions, yeah, how the mind works, how things truly are, how things are connected, and so on, yeah, okay? So, ordinary people, yeah, tend to put themselves at the center of their personal mandala, let's say. Their own needs and wishes are first, and as a result, it all goes wrong. We suffer, we're unhappy, we make a mess, yeah, and life is unsatisfactory again and again. We have our personal samsara, yeah, okay? But what we need to do is gradually, yeah, we need to start to think more about others. So first it says we need to equal ourselves with others, yeah? So Rinpoche, he never said just like give up things. He said every day one less negative action, every day one more positive action, no? Like NgalSo, no? So what we need to do is gradually, yeah, start to think at least about as much about others as we do as ourselves, yeah, which already would be like a huge equalization because most people mainly think about themselves and only little about others, yeah, okay? So gradually, okay, we'll say 50-50, yeah, that would already be like very good, yeah. And then finally, others, because there's more of them than me, need to think more about other people than ourselves, need to think more about the collective, yeah. So one of the few good things about the pandemic is we've seen that countries are able to coordinate things, okay? You know, like now, for example, they're talking about buying, anyway, we've seen that it's possible on a global level for the countries to coordinate, yeah, okay? So it is possible to work on a collective level, which actually gives us a lot of hope, actually, for the future, for example, for the environment and so on, yeah? All is not lost, yeah? Things can change if we create the right cause and condition, yeah? Okay? So we need to gradually equalize ourselves with others. So as they say, we need to learn to empathize with other people. Imagine, what would it like to be that person? How would they feel? You know, rather than always seeing things from our point of view, like, like, I don't know, my culture, my lifestyle, my experience. If you imagine, oh, that person who's completely different from me, imagine being them, yeah? Try and, like as a mental exercise, imagine what their life is like. Try and turn things around, yeah? Empathize with other people, yeah? So this is a very important step on the spiritual path, yeah? So maybe in the next few days, yeah, if you like, because we're going on this self-healing journey together, yeah? Maybe we could try and do that, no? For example, because we all see different people around us, no? So we could try and take 2 or 3 and try and imagine what life would be like for them, yeah? Just, I don't know, just sit while we're having our tea or our coffee, just think about, our neighbour or whoever it is that we see around, and imagine being them, or somebody we see on the TV with a complete different life, and learn to empathise from that person's point of view and their experience, yeah? And then I think if we start to do like this, we will develop more empathy towards more people, yeah? Because, I mean, the point of like starting to empathize with other people is then it's like, oh, you think, oh, okay, we might have different cultures and languages and all that kind of stuff, but really we're all very similar, yeah? Everybody wants to be happy, people don't want to suffer, yeah? So I think, I mean, like, for example, at the moment I'm studying Spanish, okay, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. So I'm also starting to learn more about Spanish culture, yeah. And so each time I learn about a different language, a different culture, I'm always like, in the end, you just realize how incredibly similar everybody is, I mean, of course, that's the human condition, is that we're all the same, isn't it, yeah? The differences, okay, it's just sort of superficial, yeah? So we have to develop empathy with many, many, many different kinds of people, yeah? Okay, so unfortunately we don't need to learn 173 different kinds of languages or anything like that, yeah? Even the Buddha only spoke 60 languages. Joking, yeah? But what we need to do is really start to empathize with other people, yeah? So nobody wants to be unhappy. Everybody wants happiness, well-being, comfort, yeah? So, on the TV and the internet, we see lots and lots of situations where people are suffering, yeah? And then we think, oh, that's so awful, my brother and sister, human beings, and actually have some empathy towards them, not just like, boof, I can't handle this, I don't care, yeah? This wall is stopping our spiritual development. This wall needs to go and think, oh, what a shame, yeah? Everybody's in pain, yeah? And also, it's possible for us to change, yeah? So then comes this mind we call superior intention. It's like, I myself would like to do something to make the world a better place, yeah? Fortunately, in the past and presently, there's many people who are trying to make the world a better place, but I'd like to be one of those people too, yeah? I won't just sit there on my sofa doing nothing, yeah? I'll try to the best of my ability. Even if I've got that much ability, I'll use that much to help people. If I've got that much, I'll use that. And if I've got a huge amount, I'll use all of that, yeah? But whatever ability I've got, I will use to make the world a better place for as many people I can, whether it's just the few people in my family or whoever I can, no? Maybe more people than that, yeah? And that would be a precious human life if I could make the world a better place, yeah? And of course, there's many, many different ways to do that, yeah? But what we call superior intention is like, we can't just ignore other people's suffering anymore, yeah? We can't say, I don't care, yeah? We have to think, I do care and I want to do something about it. So then it's like, what shall I do, yeah? Exactly, yeah? So some of us might have jobs where we can do something positive. I mean, fortunately, there's many ways we can help others, yeah? But still, we might think, okay, I have this professional ability to help others, but still, I would like to become a person with greater capacity. I'd like to fully develop my mind and all my different emotional capacities, so I was really able to help lots of different people. And also, to help lots of different people, I have to understand them, yeah? And not just see things from my own point of view, also my own culture, yeah? Not just my own like limited little box, yeah? So I would like to become somebody with an open mind, completely open and pure mind, who's able to understand all kinds of different people and find actually the right way to help them, help them put their life in a way that was suitable for them, for them to find happiness and well-being, yeah? So this is where the idea of bodhicitta comes from, yeah? I want to become the person with the most ability to benefit and care for others, yeah? So I want to become an awakened person, a person who's awakened from the sleep of ignorance, yeah, who understands how things work, yeah, like what is the actual cause of things, yeah, because now I don't know, because now it seems to me that every time I want something, I do the wrong thing, yeah. I want to be happy, and I create the causes for unhappiness and so on, yeah. So obviously I don't understand, yeah. But as we go on the spiritual path, as our mind opens, as it becomes more pure, becomes more empathetic, and so on, then we develop many abilities to help and care for others. So this is what we mean by a bodhisattva, yeah? Now, a bodhisattva is like not just one thing, yeah? A bodhisattva, there's many different levels of bodhisattva, yeah? There's what we call 10 bhumis or 10 spiritual levels. So we have like 10 types of bodhisattva, yeah? Okay? From like the first one, who has the first flash of understanding reality, yeah? Up to the one who's a Buddha, an awakened one, yeah? Okay? And now we can say we are aspiring bodhisattvas. That means I think that's a good idea. I would really like to become that kind of person, yeah, as soon as I can, yeah. And I wish for that to happen, yeah. Okay. So we have what we call aspiring bodhisattvas, and then we have actualizing or actual bodhisattvas, yeah. Okay. So anyway, first we wish for it, and if we wish for it for long enough and do the right thing, gradually it will become true, no? Because reality is not fixed, our personality is not fixed. So if we continuously do the right thing to become an able and wise and open-minded person, we will become one, yeah? Okay, bit by bit, yeah. This is the good thing about being empty of inherent existence. There's no reason why we can't become wonderful people if we apply the right conditions, yeah. Okay. So anyway, so that's okay. So bodhicitta is I wish to become a Buddha for the benefit of all beings, an awakened one, okay? And this is very central, this thought, to Mahayana Buddhism, yeah? Mahayana means the great vehicle. That means let's all go together, yeah? Like, for example, now, not just us, but I'm giving the example of the NgalSo tradition, yeah? All of us, we want to grow up together, yeah? All our centers, all Rinpoche's followers, all the people who come after us, we all want to like grow up and become better and better and more open and positive people together, yeah? We don't want just a few people to be like that, yeah? We want so we want a kind of like, I don't know, giant boss or something, yeah? Or cruise ship to enlightenment, yeah? So we're all in it and all going together, yeah? Okay? So also that means that we have to help those who are like not so quick now, doesn't it, yeah? Some people might be very quick and get it immediately, but if everybody needs to go together, it means we need to care for everybody, yeah? So also the ones who are like more slow, we need to give them more attention. And that's what Rinpoche always did, no? If you observe, no? Rinpoche always had around him the ones who needed more, yeah? Who are more sick, more difficult, more problems, and so on, yeah? Okay? Why? Because they need help, because the Mahayana idea is we all go together, yeah? Okay? And the ones who are actually better, like more balanced and so on, they're a little further away, no? So Rinpoche was always, if you looked in the Gompa, yeah? Always the one who had the more difficulty would go there and try and help that person, yeah? And the one who was just sat there meditating was just, okay, fine, yeah? So this is the Mahayana mind. We need to pick up the weak ones, yeah? So we all go together, yeah? Or grow together, yeah? So that means that when we see somebody who has a difficulty, who have a problem and so on, we shouldn't just ignore them. We should, if we're capable, obviously, try and help them. At least we can give them some kind words, some support, yeah? But this is why we work on the spiritual path, yeah? Because we need to develop many capacities to be fully able to benefit others, yeah? But anyway, bit by bit, we will be able to do so, yeah? Okay? Okay, so one of the best ways to become a bodhisattva is to act like a bodhisattva, yeah? I mean, for example, if we were going to, I don't know, let's say, if you wanted to be a football player, the best way to become a football player is to act like a football player and start playing football, no? Yeah? And if we want to be a ballet dancer, we have to act like a ballet dancer and go to ballet classes and so on and so on and so on, yeah? So if we want to become a bodhisattva, we have to start to act like a bodhisattva. So how do bodhisattvas act, yeah? So bodhisattvas act mainly according to what we call the 6 paramita, yeah? Now in English, we translate more or less this is perfection, yeah? But actually, paramita in Sanskrit means that helps us to cross over samsara, yeah? That takes us out of samsara, yeah? So sometimes they say like transcendent perfection. Yeah, the idea is like I don't know. Sometimes they give this example of like a boat that helps us to cross over the ocean of samsara. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's something that's helping us to transform, to grow, to get out of our emotional mess, our samsara. Okay. So what are these 6 parameters? These 6 perfections. Okay. First one is transcendent generosity. Second one is transcendent ethics. Yeah. The third one is transcendent patience. The fourth one is transcendent energy. The fourth one is transcendent concentration. And the fifth one is transcendent wisdom. Yeah. So if we want to become a bodhisattva, this is what we need to do. Yeah. We need to be generous. We need to be ethical. We need to be patient. Yeah. We need to have energy for positive things. Yeah. We need to learn to concentrate, and we need to work on understanding the nature of reality. Yeah. And all this based on this strong determination to become a better person in order for people not to suffer. Yeah. So we can bring happiness and well-being to as many people as possible. Yeah. This is the bodhisattva aspiration. Yeah. And to make that real, we need to practice these 6 perfections. Yeah. So in these 6 things are very fundamental, and this is something we do need to remember. Yeah. And help us remember in all the different Buddhist meditations, all the Buddhas in the tantric meditations, they wear 6 kind of ornaments. Yeah. Why do they wear 6 kind of ornaments? Yeah, it's because to help us remember that one ornament means generosity, one means ethics, one means patience, one means energy, one means concentration, and one means wisdom. Yeah. So I was saying the other day, yeah, that okay, we have these images of like Indian kings and queens and princes and princesses. Yeah, okay, and we imagine that we're like that, no, and we're a Buddha. But Rinpoche said that like, for example, we nowadays, we have different kind of ornaments, don't we? Like, for example, glasses, we have phone, we have belt, we have ring, we have a necklace. Yeah. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. Yeah. Now I just need to find one more, and I have 6 ornaments. Yeah. Okay. Maybe keys. I don't know. Everybody has key. They always carry keys. You know, phone, glasses, belt. Yeah. Usually ring. Yeah. Necklace, and most people have glasses. So anyway, you can find 6 things that you always keep with you. Yeah. So when you put these things on in the morning, you can think, okay, these represent the 6 bodhisattva perfections. Yeah. Okay. That's so, and then you think, okay, I have this because, I don't know, I need like the perfection of ethics. I have this because I need to see properly. I need to have perfect wisdom, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah. I have this because I need to be very patient. Yeah. I need to develop perfection of patience. Yeah. Maybe the 6th one could be the wallet. Yeah. Most people have a wallet. Yeah. So then when you have a wallet and you think, I need to be generous. Yeah. And so on and so on. Yeah. So what we need to do is give a positive meaning to the things that we carry around every day. Yeah. Yeah. And this is, Tantra means this. It's like seeing the things we have in our everyday life in a different way, in a positive way, to make everything into part of our spiritual journey. Okay. So, okay, to become a bodhisattva, there's a whole sort of checklist of things that we need to do. There's the 18, what we call root vows, and 46 secondary vows. Yeah. Okay, but the 18 root vows, one time, if you like, we can discuss them later on. Yeah. Basically, unless we think, oh, this is completely useless and people are not possible to save, we cannot totally break the bodhisattva vows. Yeah. Okay. So the main thing is never to give up the idea that we want to evolve for the benefit of others. Yeah. Then the rest is kind of like details. I mean, kind of important details. Like, for example, like don't destroy the environment. That's one of the bodhisattva vows. Yeah. And anyway, so there's like this checklist of things that we need to do, but the main thing is never give up the idea. Yeah. Okay. And then, okay, gradually, it's training, no? So then gradually we learn how to do, no? Then there's what's called the 46 secondary bodhisattva vows. So they're grouped in terms of like generosity, ethics, patience, energy, concentration, and wisdom. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of like a checklist. Yeah. Okay. If you're interested in these lists, we have in many different places, but also if you just put on the internet, you can download it. Yeah. If you put root and bodhisattva root and secondary bodhisattva vows, there will come 18 things you should and shouldn't do, and 46 things you should do, okay? Yeah. So the first one, for example, the first of the 6 perfections, no? Perfection of generosity. It's like, so we think, what would a totally generous person be like, yeah? Okay, so a generous person would be generous, not only, of course, would be generous with material things, naturally, yeah? But also would be generous with positive information. So if any nice news, anything kind, we should give also positive information, things that help people. Yeah. So we shouldn't be like mean when we have some positive idea. You know, like many people, they become like, if they have like some good idea, they become super attached to it and say, okay, this is my copyright and so on, like this. Yeah. So the Buddhist point of view is all positive. We need to share, okay, with everybody. Yeah. Which is in fact, which is what Rinpoche said, no? Which is why we're doing this, no, on streaming on YouTube, yeah. Rinpoche said, please, the world is in a terrible state, yeah. All these teachings have been kept up on the top of the Himalayas, literally, in monasteries, in closed society for hundreds of years, yeah. But now the world is in an awful state, yeah. So these positive ideas we need to share freely with everybody, and anybody who likes is welcome to use them, yeah. You said, no, this is like it says here, no? Let me find the book. It says here, NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 3, Guide to the Good Thought Supermarket. Yeah, so we have many good thoughts in our spiritual supermarket, and any good idea or thought of all this, you're welcome to pick up and use. Yeah, so even just one or two of them, you think, oh, that's good, I like that, then it's yours, your thought. Yeah. So the idea was, Rinpoche's idea was like that. Okay. You know, because we need these. I mean, fortunately, you know, there are many positive people in the world, yeah, okay, and there are many positive signs of like development and education and many good things happening in the world, yeah. But we need share more positive ideas and be part of that, yeah. The Shambhala idea, don't we? Yeah, okay. So anyway, we need to imitate being totally generous, totally ethical, totally patient. Yeah. So if we're not patient, we need to pretend that we are. Until we create a habit, yeah, and finally we become patient. So at first it's like, you know, and left it, but finally it becomes normal, yeah. Okay, and then it's like, okay, I don't care, you know. We don't react to anger to things, you know. We learn how to react in a different way, in a more peaceful way, yeah. Okay. So it's a series of like trainings, you know. So like anything, if you go to a gym, gradually you get stronger, and if you gradually start to do the bodhisattva training, we become better people, become more generous, more kind, more wise, and so on, yeah. So to do that, we don't need any fancy equipment or fancy clothes or money or anything. It's just we can do it within the context of our daily lives once we've got the idea, yeah. So that's really, really good, yeah. Okay, so what is a precious human life? That was one of the first ones, no? A precious human life would be to live a bodhisattva lifestyle. So how do you live a bodhisattva lifestyle? By having bodhicitta. So what is bodhicitta? Is always thinking about other people and thinking, I would like to become as an awakened one, a Buddha, or if not, as much of a Buddha as I can be in order to help others, yeah, because then I'd have great wisdom, compassion, power, empathy. I'd have all kinds of ability and I could really help others, yeah, okay? And also, if we have bodhicitta, there's all kinds of incredible benefits, actually. Let me have there's actually, I think there's 10 of them. Let me see if I can find them on here. Let's have a look. If not, I'll tell you next time, yeah? But Rinpoche, basically, to put it in a short way, Rinpoche said, rejoicing is the best investment, yeah? So if we have bodhicitta, everything we think about is positive, yeah? Even if we're a bodhisattva, even if we spent all our time lying on the sofa watching Netflix, we would still accumulate incredible positive energy, yeah? So that we can immediately see the advantages of becoming a bodhisattva, yeah? Because everything, whatever we do, whatever lifestyle we have and so on, yeah? It's positive, yeah? Okay? Let's see if I can find it here, yeah? 1 second. If not, maybe I'll look next time, yeah? Okay? Yeah, I think I'll do this next time, yeah? But anyway, basically, like, if we how do you say, if we're a bodhisattva, everything goes our way, everybody likes us, we get the help of human and gods, like everything goes in a positive way, yeah? So you can see with like Rinpoche, no? Incredible, no? Like incredible his life, no? And we saw, no? Like many times, you know, I'm watching TV and stuff. I think, oh, I've been there with Rinpoche, you know. We went in so many incredible places and meet so many incredible people that impossible, yeah, to anybody could meet, yeah. But because he had this incredible empathy, it's like all the doors were open to him, no? It was amazing, yeah. This is okay. So this is really what we mean by a bodhisattva. There's really some special people, like I don't know, like Rinpoche, San Francisco, you know. Actually, fortunately, there's many bodhisattvas, yeah, but they have this incredible quality, yeah, where everybody wants to be with them. They have this special like charisma and magnetism of love and empathy, yeah, like this saintly quality, you know. So yeah, all doors were open to Rinpoche. It was amazing, no? Like it was really bodhicitta power, yeah. Okay, so then. Okay, all this now is just like saying a little bit. Then, of course, there's tons more to say about this, and over the course of the months and years, don't worry, we'll say much more about it. Yeah, and if you can't wait, then Lama Michelle has been teaching the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, Bodhisattva Charya Avatar of Shantideva. Yeah, it's on YouTube. So if you want to know all the details about the Bodhisattva lifestyle, just click onto the other things on our YouTube channel, and it's all there. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so like that, okay. So so then, if we develop this, okay, so the 6 bodhisattva perfections. The 4th one is energy, yeah. So it means having energy for positive things, yeah. And by the way, the bodhisattva's perfection of energy means you can relax sometimes, yeah, in order to not become super exhausted, yeah. Like Rinpoche, he didn't have this concept of like a weekend, yeah. I mean, for him, it was all like the same, you know. Like I used to say to Rinpoche sometimes, oh, Rinpoche, you know, in the West we have like Saturdays and Sundays, and it's like, you know, what's that, you know? For him, it was all the same. Every day was a day to help others, yeah, okay. Also, Christmas for Rinpoche was like Christmas, yeah. Every day is like, you know, giving presents, it's being kind, it's creating a beautiful feeling, being with the family, you know, yeah. You know, like how most Western people identify Christmas now is like that, isn't it? Yeah. And he was just like, well, this is every day, no? Yeah. And Rinpoche didn't like it when people said, I'm tired. No, you just used to say, okay, go to sleep then. But he didn't like people, this idea of mentally tired. He was like, what's that, you know? It doesn't exist, yeah? Why? Because he had bodhicitta, yeah? Okay? Bodhicitta means impossible to be tired at the idea of helping other people, yeah? So, of course, sometimes physically would become tired, like, as we all know, no? Like, for example, he would just, like, many times fall asleep in the gompa in front of us, no? Because he was so physically tired, but his mind was never tired, yeah? Okay? And we saw that clearly, no? Those of us who had the privilege to spend many, many, many years with him, yeah? Always there for other people, yeah? But of course, just sometimes body needs a rest, no? So this is like kind of, if you study like Rinpoche's example, you can see really many things of like what it means to be a bodhisattva. It's clear through his example, yeah? So we don't have to read like one history of somebody like 1,000 years ago or something like that, yeah? It's easy to see, okay? Okay, then, based on living a bodhisattva's lifestyle, we need to practice shine. Shine means like, shi means peace, and ne means to stay, to abide. So it means for the mind peacefully to stay in one place. That means to develop concentration, yeah, okay? Yeah, which I was saying before, there's 9 stages, how to develop concentration, yeah? But like anything, bit by bit, if we start, we can do, yeah? So in the ancient meditation books, it says that if you can concentrate for, 4 hours on one thing without thinking about anything else, you've got tranquil abiding, yeah? But nowadays, I think probably about 20 minutes would be, half hour would be okay, yeah? Okay? Yeah, but it's still possible, yeah? Okay? But of course, conditions have changed, no? We're not all living in the Himalayas and like, you know, and like maybe, and in the Himalayas, like in the hermitages, maybe you see somebody, and apart from your attendant, once every 10 years, you know. So of course the mind's more calm, no? But anyway, times have changed, but still we have the capacity to develop concentration for sure, yeah. Because our mind's very powerful, yeah. In fact, our mind can do incredible things, yeah. Which many modern scientists are just starting to harness, no? I mean, I've told you about this before, but in Sao Paulo, there's this incredible project called, not just in Sao Paulo, but there's an international research project called Walk Again. And one of the research centers for this is near our Dharma center in Sao Paulo, and I've been to visit there. It's amazing, you know. So it's like people who are paralyzed through accidents or whatever, yeah. So this incredibly clever consortium of scientists have worked out how they can, just by thinking, yeah, they can make like sort of exoskeleton suits move so that they can walk. It's amazing, yeah. And anyway, it's fascinating, yeah. The mind can do incredible things. Like, for example, you don't need any wires or anything drilled into your brain. You can, just by thinking, you can move a robotic suit, yeah. Okay. So anyway, so the mind is incredible, yeah. Like Rinpoche always said, you know, like we only use like a small percentage of our brain, and like a Buddha, an awakened one, is he said they're using the whole brain, okay, yeah. So there's many parts of our brain that we have not yet explored, yeah. The mind and the brain has incredible potential, yeah, okay. And why we do all this Buddhist meditation is to open up that potential of our mind and our body and so on, yeah, okay, for the benefit of others, okay. So there's many levels of concentration. There's 9 levels, yeah, which are explained in great detail in the Lamrim teachings. But first, what we need to do is like catch the object and not drop it, yeah. So many people say, I can't concentrate, but that's only because we don't have the habit, yeah. For example, if you say, imagine your mother, imagine your father, imagine a pizza or something, immediately the image comes to your mind, no? Why? Because we have the image clearly, we have a habit to think about them, yeah? So it's the only reason why we can't concentrate on the subjects suggested in Buddhist meditation is because we're not familiar with them, but gradually we can, no? For sure, yeah? So this we should try, yeah? So we need to look at which aspects of our lifestyle are stopping us from concentrating, gradually try to move towards a lifestyle where it's easier for us to use our life in the best way, you know, and develop like our body, our mind, and learn to concentrate and meditate and so on, yeah? Yeah? Meditate means to become familiar with positive things, yeah? To unlock the potential of our minds, okay? Now I'm learning to concentrate is definitely part of that, okay? Okay, so then next it says, please Lama Vajradhara help me to develop superior seeing, yeah, okay? Superior seeing, the profound view of the middle way, yeah? So, okay, so in Buddhist philosophy, yeah, okay, they say there's different ways. The Buddha, historical Buddha, he taught different ways to help people understand reality, yeah? Why he taught different ways is because people have different understandings, different levels of comprehension, okay? So from this gradually came out different schools of Buddhist thought, yeah, okay? So first the Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths at Varanasi. That was the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, yeah? Then the second time the Buddha taught is like a major cycle of teachings was called the Perfection of Wisdom, yeah, where he taught at Mass Vulture's Mountain, and he taught how exactly things do not lack inherent existence, how things are interdependent arisings based on cause, conditions, parts, naming, and so on, yeah, okay? That was this. So basically, we're connected to everything, yeah? Our personality is not fixed. If we do the right thing, we can change everything for the better, yeah, okay, basically, yeah? Okay, but then some people couldn't understand that teaching, yeah? So then, again, the Buddha taught what's called the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, which is called the Yogacara, or mere mind school of reality, yeah, which is like things are coming from the side of the mind, yeah, okay? So each one of these views actually has something very interesting and important, yeah, to understand, yeah? Like, for example, the third one's talking about subjectivity, yeah, the subjectiveness of our experience, which is extremely true, no? So also something we never consider, yeah? We just think the world is like that, nothing to do with me. We don't consider that we have an extremely subjective take on reality, yeah? So anyway, so the Buddha himself, he said, the actual right view is the middle way, yeah? Okay? That things lack inherent existence. That means if you search for the essence of things, you can't find them, but things arise as like a process, is what we call dependent arisings. That means everything depends on cause and conditions, which is like science, actually, yeah? Okay? But also, the Buddha said, also naming. So that means our process of conceptualizing and labeling, yeah, is also involved in the creation of our reality, yeah? Okay? So that bit's little bit different from science, although in nuclear physics and stuff like that, now they discuss this thing about how the mind is also involved in the creation of reality. So kind of, the scientists are kind of somewhat approaching the Buddhist view bit by bit, yeah? Very interesting, all this, yeah? That's another thing that Rinpoche wanted us to discuss more, yeah? Like this discussion between scientists and Buddhists, yeah? So maybe in the future that's something we can continue, yeah? Rinpoche always wanted us to do more of that, yeah? And we did a little bit sometimes in the Lama Caroline World Peace Congress, which he held every year in Spain, in Madrid, yeah? But anyway, this conference, anyway, we need to continue, no? But either in the context of the Lama Caroline World Peace Foundation Congress of Madrid or in other occasions, we need to continue this discussion between spirituality and science, yeah? And unlike some other spiritual traditions, for us, actually, there's not really any problem, yeah? We actually like science as long as the use is positive, yeah? Yeah, science in the sense of understanding the nature of reality, yeah? Okay? Because it also all depends on what motivation you use things for, doesn't it, yeah? Okay? So, anyway, so that's another thing that Rinpoche wanted us to do, yeah? Okay? In the Self-Healing 3 book, he talks a lot about that, yeah? Like, he was always saying, oh, Einstein, yeah? Einstein said that if there was to be any religion in the 21st century, which he wasn't sure there would be, yeah, he said Einstein thought Buddhism would be the one which would be the most fitting because the view was closest to his kind of science, yeah, okay? So Rinpoche liked that quote a lot, yeah, I know he used to make us quote that one, yeah, okay? Anyway, and we have a lot more of that in Rinpoche's books, yeah, as we'll gradually see, yeah, okay? Okay, so up to now, we've been asking for blessings and summarizing all the stages of the spiritual path of what we call sutra. Sutra means like the public discourse. That means the teachings that the Buddha gave for everybody. Yeah? Although actually he didn't give all these teachings for everybody because mainly after the Buddha taught all this. Yeah, he taught Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Yeah. But somehow this teaching about emptiness and the middle way, yeah, and the Bodhisattva path, yeah, somehow in 2,500 years ago when the Buddha was around, somehow like society was a bit too early, yeah. So after the Buddha's passing into parinirvana, after the Buddha's death, these kind of teachings went underground. I mean, literally in our Buddhist mythology, we say that they went underground, they went to the land of the Nagas, yeah. And they were not actually brought out and like publicly and became, let's say, common, well known until the 1st century in the time of Nagarjuna in South India. Yeah, okay. So, but anyway, so these are called sutras, which means the public discourse. So let's say by the 1st century, all these teachings were publicly known. Okay. And so, but we practice what's called the union of sutra and tantra. Yeah. So what is this? Okay, so we practice Mahayana Buddhism. That's like, I wish everybody becomes a Buddha, yeah? I myself will grow myself into a person with all the abilities who can quickly help others to improve themselves, yeah? Up to whatever level is possible, yeah? Help them to free their minds from suffering, yeah? Okay? This is the Mahayana idea, yeah? So if we truly wanted that, and if we discovered there was some kind of practice that would help us to transform our body and mind faster, we would think, that's what I want to do now, yeah? Because I can't wait, like 100 years or 1,000 years or actually millions of years to transform myself when the world is overcrowded and there's all kinds of ecological crisis and so many things are very sensitive and difficult, yeah? Right now, I need to find a way to give a positive feeling and energy to other people, yeah, to make a difference in the world, yeah. So therefore, right now, if such a practice was available to quickly make me like a nicer, better, kinder, sweeter, more empathetic, compassionate, wise person, I would definitely do it, no? Yeah. And that's what we call tantric practice, yeah? Remember, tantra is the Sanskrit word which means using all the parts of the body and mind in a correct way, yeah? So I said many times, no? Like normally we're awake, yeah? And then every night or whenever we go to sleep without choice, and then we dream, and then we wake up. So again and again and again, without any choice, we do this, yeah? So when we wake up, it's like we're reborn, and when we go to sleep, it's like we die, yeah. And when we dream, it's like we're in the bardo, in the intermediate state, yeah. So it's like harmonics of the same thing. These cycles that go on again and again without choice in our lives, yeah. So what we need to do is understand these cycles and understand these different levels of body and mind and use them in a positive way, because mostly we're totally unconscious of all this. So Tantra is about that, yeah? Directing the deep and profound parts of our body and mind into the light, into the positive, yeah? Okay? So it says, please, Lama Vajradhara Kien, bless me to become a person suitable to practice secret mantra, who can keep the vow and commitment purely, and who can practice the generation stage and the completion stage realizations of clear light, illusory body, and union. Yeah, okay. So that line, yeah, there's a huge big commentary like this thick called The 5 Stages of the Completion Stage, written by Lama Tsongkhapa, yeah, okay, which explains this all very precisely and perfectly in great detail, yeah. So really, if we want to know exactly how to, okay, the first bits maybe is not too difficult to understand, yeah, but if we want to know truly how to practice the generation stage and completion stage, clear light, illusory body, and union, well, actually, we should look at Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings on the Guhya Samadhi, yeah, explains perfectly and correctly how to do, yeah. And if not, there's other like great lamas of our time who've also written many beautiful explanations about that, yeah, okay. But basically, yeah, a person suitable to practice secret mantra means tantra, yeah. Why? Because we're repeating mantras. Like, for example, Om Mani Padme Hum's a mantra, yeah. Mantra in Sanskrit, man means mine, and tra means instrument, yeah. So it's something that puts our mind in a positive way, yeah. So, for example, I think almost everybody knows Om Mani Padme Hum, yeah, the mantra of compassion, yeah. But in Tibet, it used to be secret. Like, for example, I heard some stories that sometimes people would go to the Tibetan lamas, yeah, and say, "Oh, please, Lama, give me a secret mantra," and the Lama would say, "Sure." So, to be secret in those days means they used to get like a tube, yeah, like a wooden tube, yeah. And then they would speak into one end of the tube, and the other person would put on their ear like this. And then the Lama would say, "Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum," yeah. And the person like, "What? Oh, I know this one, yeah." But actually, it's true. It is the secret doesn't mean that nobody knows it, yeah. Okay. Rinpoche always said secret is secret until you understand what it does, yeah. And this you can only know through your own experience, okay. So this is the challenge that we now face, okay. We know all the practice, yeah. We know what to do, we know all the mantras, we know everything. But knowing is one thing, and experiencing it is a complete different thing, yeah. So in our tradition, we have this thing called K-drup, yeah. K means like to be a scholar, to know everything, and drup means to experience it. So we need the union of knowledge and experience, yeah, okay. So we need to know the secret part of the mantras, yeah. Now nothing is secret. Almost everything is available on the internet or in a bookshop. Also, it was in Tibet, by the way, yeah. It's not true that everything was so super top secret that nobody ever knew it, yeah. But the thing is how to use, what to do, okay. So we're now more or less in exactly the same situation as the Tibetan practitioners were, yeah, okay. Okay, so anyway, so who would be a suitable person to practice secret mantra? Would be a person with strong bodhicitta, yeah? Yeah, a person who is able to keep their, yeah, so that's, yeah, a person who has truly this Mahayana motivation, this big heart of empathy, love, and compassion, yeah, okay? Okay, so before I was saying that, how can I say? A bodhisattva, yeah? in order to become a bodhisattva, we have to imagine to act like one, no? Okay, so a bodhisattva is somebody who's completely generous, ethical, super kind, super wise, yeah, okay? So we act like that until we actually become one, yeah? Why? Because we don't have a fixed personality, so if we continuously imitate a positive person, we will become a positive person, yeah, okay? So it's the same with Tantra, yeah, okay? So what does it mean to become a Buddha according to Tantra? So this is where self-healing and the 5 Buddhas come in, the 5 Buddhas and the 5 mothers, yeah? We have 5 Buddhas in NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing because an awakened one has transformed their ignorance, has transformed their desire, transformed their hatred, transformed their materialism, transformed their fear and jealousy, yeah? And instead have the 5 opposite minds, yeah? Completely pure, okay? Positive minds, yeah? So the mind's not clouded by delusion or negative emotion, yeah? So what we need to do, again, is act like somebody who's instead of being ignorant, we need to act like somebody who's completely wise, yeah? Completely peaceful, like Vairocana, yeah? So then we have 6 ways to imitate Buddha Vairocana, yeah? The white Buddha who's here in the self-healing, yeah? If we're a person who'd overcome our unlimited attachment, unlimited means whatever we have, it's never enough. Yeah, okay, I've been shopping on Amazon, and then tomorrow I need to do it again, and then I need more all the time. I'm never okay, that's enough. I've got enough shoes, I've got enough hats, I've got enough handbags, I've got enough glasses, I've got enough books. The mind is never satisfied. Yeah, okay, until we put limit on our own mind. Yeah. So instead of having a mind that's completely dissatisfied, yeah, we need to how can I say? Let's plug this in 1 second, yeah. We need to where's that? I just need to put my power cable in here 1 second. We need to have a mind full of we say discrimination, so it means Rinpoche in self-healing one, he said, what's my friend, what's my enemy, yeah? Because now we think if I had that, I would be happy, yeah? We have no discrimination. We don't know what's good for us and what's bad for us, yeah? So we have certain ways to emulate that kind of person, yeah? The vows of Amitabha. Vow means promise to yourself, yeah? Yeah, that, it's like, so, I mean, we have this thing called vow and commitment, yeah? On one level, okay, we're promising to our guru and the Buddhas, yeah, like solemnly promising that I promise to become a good person, yeah. But Rinpoche always said our problem is that we cannot trust ourselves, yeah. We don't believe in ourselves. So in a certain sense, we're also promising to ourselves to become a good person, a strong person, and so on, yeah. And also, we don't want to let ourselves down, yeah. We're invested in this idea of becoming a bodhisattva, yeah. So we're totally committed to this idea. So we're also learning to trust ourselves, yeah? Okay, so anyway. And how, for example, normally ordinary people's minds have a lot of anger and irritation and frustration, yeah? So what would it be like to be somebody who had no anger, yeah? Yeah, like Akshobhya. So we have 4 ways for that to happen, yeah? What would it like to be a completely generous person like Ratnasambhava? What would it like to be a person who's completely fearless, yeah, and has no jealousy, just rejoices? That would be like being Mogasiddhi, yeah. So as we go through the self-healing commentary, we will look at this in detail, yeah, like how to develop these inequalities, yeah. Okay, and in a very short way, in Tantra, we do something called generation and completion stage. Generation stage is dissolving our ordinary wrong way of seeing ourselves, imagining ourselves, yeah? And then imagining ourselves as a Buddha, as a pure person, yeah? In the case of self-healing, like Vajrasattva, yeah? And then we imagine I'm Buddha, yeah? My body, speech, and mind is the body, speech, and mind of a completely pure person, yeah? A completely good person, yeah? I'm in a completely pure environment. Everybody I see, I respect them and see their good qualities, and all my actions are for the benefit of others, yeah? Okay? So this is what we call generation stage, like totally identifying with that within our own mind, yeah? Okay? So the first part, generation stage, is like imagination, okay? And the second part, completion stage, is when actually that becomes real, yeah, where we do truly become like that, yeah. So we've seen with the very high lamas of our tradition, they really are extremely different from other people, yeah. They have this special quality that nobody can deny, yeah. Why? Because they developed the completion stage. Yeah? It wasn't just imagination. They really did do something extraordinary to their own bodies and minds, yeah. Which sometimes we express in terms of the clear light, illusory body, and union. So, but very basically, yeah, clear light is the most fundamental state of human consciousness. It's the part of the mind that we assert survives death, yeah. So when the physical body drops away, yeah, then that part of the mind survives, yeah, together with what we call the 5 pranas, which are the basis of the 5 elements, like in a very subtle way, yeah. So every day, actually, when we go to sleep, yeah, our mind reabsorbs back into the clear light. But most people, they don't recognize because we're not used to it, no? Okay. And then as we wake up, the mind comes out of the clear light, yeah, and we re-manifest this, yeah, our ordinary world, yeah, or maybe your world's not ordinary, I don't know, yeah. And so every day, like, the mind goes back to the clear light, and then every day we project either samsara or nirvana or a pure land, depending on what's in our own mind, yeah, okay, and then it absorbs into the clear light, we go back to sleep or we meditate and so on. So like this, projection, absorption, yeah, or manifestation, absorption, again and again and again, yeah. But there's many different states of human consciousness, yeah, like the gross one, and then there's the subconscious, let's say, the male and female parts, yeah, the 80 indicative conceptions, yeah. The most subtle part is called the clear light, yeah, okay. So that's the purest, subtlest essence of the human mind, yeah. So we want to recognize that, yeah. So when we talk about Tantra, first we need to recognize it's there, yeah. Like what sort of, it's always there, but we don't recognize, yeah. So when you start to recognize that happens in meditation or going to sleep, it's called the sun, clear light, yeah. And when the clear light manifests at the time of the death, which is much stronger and more brilliant and more powerful, we call that one the mother clear light, yeah, okay. So the ideal is that what we want is called the meeting of the son or the child and the mother, yeah. So it's like the idea of a child that's been away from home for a very long time, and then goes back and meets their mother after many years, and is so happy, so joyful, yeah, so incredibly emotional and positive, yeah. So that's how death should be, yeah, okay, because we trained in recognizing that fundamental state of human consciousness. So then it's like, wow, this is all true, this is amazing, yeah. Like, so death can be like this wonderful experience, yeah, okay. And anyway, so we can transform that, and we have many different healing methods to purify and heal the mind at that moment, okay. Anyway, so clear light is the fundamental state of human consciousness, yeah. So we have like ordinary level, trainee level, and realized level, yeah, okay. Illusory body is like the very subtle, very subtle physical energy, yeah, which is actually gathered in the heart chakra, which is here in the middle of the chest, yeah, not in the heart, yeah, okay. So again, there's 3 levels. Basic level is like this kind of prana, this life energy that supports the life, yeah. For most people, it's just like a formless blob of energy that's located here in the center of their subtle anatomy and their heart chakra, yeah. On the training path, it takes form, yeah, through continuously meditating on it again and again. And the resultant illusory body is like a deathless, subtle body, yeah, that does not die, basically, yeah, because our gross body dies, yeah, okay, and then we're born and born again and again, yeah, okay. But this illusory body is what, when one develops it, yeah, is something that stays here in the heart. So this is it's literally like the ghost in the machine. It's not a ghost, it's an illusory body in the machine, in the troll core, in the machine of the body, yeah. And then when your body wears out, okay, no problem, just get another one, yeah. So how can I say, like Rinpoche in the 15th century achieved this, also did Lama Tsongkhapa and many of his disciples, yeah, okay. So the great lamas of our tradition, for them, death is not so bad because they can just get another body, you know, okay, but have this, why this is fully developed, yeah, okay. So then again and again, like changing the car, and continue in the next life, yeah, okay. I said before now, in the chapel of Tashi Lumpo, where is the remains of the first Dalai Lama, Gaden Drub, and also the remains of Panchen Zampo Tashi, who is Rinpoche past life. On the wall is painted, you can see like the Buddha above, yeah, there's a rainbow behind him. So I'd imagine that, but without the Buddha, just like a rainbow, yeah. That symbolizes this illusory body, yeah, okay, this very subtle energy body, and that was painted above the Churton, the stupa, which holds Panchen Zampo Tashi's remains in Tashi Lumpo, yeah, which is Rinpoche past life, yeah. So therefore, since then, Rinpoche actually has had that ability, yeah. So now, for example, our precious Guru Rinpoche is passing to the Paranirvana, yeah. So what we need to do is create the cause for him to come back again, yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm sure we will do, yeah. I'm sure I see everybody really is doing very well, doing the best, but we just need to keep on doing it, yeah. And also, of course, whatever advice the high lamas of our tradition give us, you know, we're very appreciative, and we'll try and follow, and also we'll try and fulfill all Rinpoche's wishes, no, like complete, like all the things that Lama Michel's doing in Albaniano, no, in our community, no, like complete the temple and the rooms, no, for people with COVID in the Verbania hospital, and buying the machine for the babies, and building the stupa, and all that. Rinpoche gave many indications in what he'd like the Albaniano community to do. So everybody's trying really super hard, and also many of our Sangha around the world. Thank you very much for supporting those projects, yeah, okay. So on that level, we're all doing the right thing, creating the cause, and also by our practice now, by continuing to put into practice the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing and the Buddhist ideas of renunciation, bodhicitta, correct view, and so on and so on and so on, yeah? So we just need to keep on doing the right thing for long enough, and for sure Rinpoche will come back. Why? Because he promised, no? He's a bodhisattva, yeah? He said, as long as space exists, for as long as suffering beings remain, yeah? For that long I will return to help all sentient beings, yeah? So guaranteed, no? But we need to make sure that Rinpoche comes back in a way like suitable, like, you know, not from his side, yeah? But we create the karma collectively that can manifest, like they say, a clear way, a mistaken way, yeah, okay? So we need to dedicate for that, okay? And also do the right thing and be happy, yeah, okay? Like united as one family, and then for sure everything will be okay, okay? So like that, yeah? So far, okay, we got through this first paragraph on page 62, yeah? Of the scanning meditation of the Lamrim, the stages to enlightenment, yeah, okay? Okay, the next part, yeah? Actually, I'll talk about that next time, yeah? Actually, there's just something else I want to tell you now. We're almost at the end of the time for today, yeah? So, it says on the front of the book, no, it says NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 2, yeah? A method to transform this world into Shambhala. You remember, Shambhala is this perfect human society where all the different people with different culture and religion are working together in peace, yeah? Great famous spiritual legend since many centuries, since the time of the Kala Chakra, actually, since 2,500 years ago, yeah? So a few weeks ago, I was reading you the Sixth Panchen Lama's Guide to Shambhala, yeah? Okay? Which is his like mythical journey to Shambhala, but and also based on like meditation experience, yeah? And then another time I was telling you about how actually our Rinpoche, when he was the abbot of Ganshan Monastery, Lobsang Kechok, he went with that Panchen Lama to the court of the Kwanlong Emperor in Beijing in the beginning of the 19th century, okay, yeah? And I was also saying that there's what Rinpoche said, that there's various Shambhala doors around the world, yeah, okay? So he said one was above Tashi Lumpo Monastery, yeah, okay? One was in Xinjiang in China, yeah? The address is in Cozy's new book, actually, if you're interested in Rinpoche's new book, which is called Opening Many Doors to Enlightenment, which is the book which Cozy wants to publish soon, which is about beautiful book about Rinpoche's travels around China, Tibet, and Mongolia. Beautiful, yeah. So the address is in there for that one if you want to go, yeah. Then he said there was one in. This is what I want to tell you. There's one in Assisi, yeah, in Italy, one in Rio de Janeiro, and one in Spain, yeah. So, okay. So I've been looking into this a bit, and also I've been looking in my notes and things like that, and also some of my friends in the Sangha have been sending me some things that they know, yeah? So let me just find it for you, yeah? Hang on 1 second, yeah? Okay, so the Italy one is in, Rinpoche said, yeah, the door of Shambhala in Italy is in San Damiano Church in Assisi, yeah, okay? So where, okay, those of you who are not Catholic, where is San Damiano, yeah? San Damiano is this church where San Francisco, he had this special experience where Jesus on the cross talked to him, yeah? He was in there, yeah, praying, yeah? And then Jesus, yeah, on the cross, he said, Francisco, yeah, go and repair my church, which, as you see, is in ruins, yeah, okay? So based on that, he then started his mission to actually to reform the Catholic Church, and he started his Franciscan order and all those kind of things, yeah, okay? So this San Damiano Church, yeah, in his time, yeah, it was like very kind of rough, like kind of collapsing, yeah, falling to pieces, yeah? And so San Damiano had many different kind of followers. Sorry, San Francisco had many different kinds of followers, but one of them was called Santa Clara, yeah? And so there was like him and his male friends, and then there was Santa Clara and his her female friends, and they all had the same ideal, yeah, this Franciscan ideal, yeah? And so the first community of Santa Clara, yeah, was in this San Damiano monastery, okay, yeah? It was like very small, very simple kind of spiritual community, yeah, okay? And they stayed there until Santa Clara's death in 1253, yeah? And I was saying before that Santa Clara's body is actually still preserved in Assisi, yeah? It's actually in like a glass box, yeah? And until like modern times, it was like completely like pink looking, yeah? But then, I don't know when exactly, they opened it and the air went in, so it went like black, you know? But anyway, body's still there from the 13th century, yeah? Kind of like one of those saint relic miracle things, yeah? But anyway, so the building was collapsing, and so they exchanged it with the monks, yeah? So the Franciscan monks were after Santa Clara's death, the Franciscan monks went to live in there till now, yeah? So anyway, the Italian door of Shambhala is there, okay? Okay, and Rinpoche went many, many times there, and yeah? And he took us there, and also to the tomb of San Francisco and Santa Clara. And also there's like, I forgot what it's called, but there's like a little chapel, yeah, that San Francisco himself, he built, yeah, when Jesus said to him, you should rebuild my church. Well, he'd given away all his money, yeah, and he'd given away all his clothes and all his money, so he didn't have any money, yeah. So there was just a little like shepherd's hut, which he like built as a little chapel, yeah. Now nowadays, of course, there's a massive like basilica, massive cathedral on top of it in Assisi, yeah. But according to the Catholic belief, if you go in this little hut, yeah, you get what's called what's it called? Plenary indulgence. That means if you go in there, all your sins are cancelled, yeah? So even though, of course, we don't believe in sin, but anyway, we all went in there, yeah? So anyway, just in case all our sins were cancelled, yeah? Okay, we went there with Rinpoche, yeah? And did some prayer, some dedication, yeah? Okay? So anyway, the Italian one is there in the Church of San Damiano. Rinpoche specifically said so, okay? So when we're all free to travel, yeah? That's somewhere maybe we could go to one time, yeah? Go down to Assisi, okay? Okay, so that's one of them, yeah? Second one, okay, Toledo, yeah? Now let me find my notes. I was looking at, fortunately, I recorded what Rinpoche said, no? Yeah? So, okay, so I want to share with you some notes that I took in 1995, yeah? At the time when I and some other people, we went with Rinpoche to Toledo in Spain, yeah? Toledo was the medieval capital of Spain, yeah? From where Francisco and Isabella retook Spain in the Reconquista, yeah? Okay, it was the center of Christian Spain, yeah, okay? Although previously it was a center of actually harmony between all the religions, between Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, yeah, okay? So we have we have many different Tibetan dictionaries, yeah, okay, Tibetan English dictionaries. So in the Chandradas dictionary, it says the listing for Shambhala, one of them is that Spain is the door of Shambhala, yeah, okay? And according to the Chandradas in the 5th century of the modern era, yeah, that Shambhala was there, yeah? So that means in the Visigoth period, yeah, that Shambhala was in in Spain, yeah? That's Spain, yeah? And then, okay, in 1995, yeah, when we went to Toledo, yeah, Rinpoche suddenly started to speak about Shambhala, yeah? So he said that, he said in Milano, yeah, when at the time of making NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 3 in the spring of 1993, yeah, he said at the time that he was explaining the Shambhala history, and I was writing it down, which is in here, no? He said at that precise moment when that was happening, Jose Marie and a group of Spanish friends, yeah, came to Milano, and they came to visit Rinpoche in his room, okay, his little room, yeah, under the roof, yeah. So he said that was very auspicious, yeah. And he said that, okay, so he said Spain. I'm telling you all this because I hope all my Spanish friends are like super happy to hear this news, yeah. So Rinpoche said Shambhala and Spain, they have like a really big connection. He said also Spain, Shambhala, something's there with the S, you know. Yeah. And also, Rinpoche said when we went to Toledo that there's a Shambhala gate in Toledo, in the ancient capital of Spain, yeah. So, and then he said, okay, whether you know where the gate is there or not, anyway, the Shambhala peace energy needs to grow up there, okay. And at that time, actually, I've got it written here, on the 11th of May, 1995, yeah, Rinpoche gave this name to his NgalSo center in Toledo, which was called Shide Sangwe Go, which means secret door of peace, yeah? Puerta Secreta de la Paz, no? So exactly the same name that he gave to our center in Rio de Janeiro, yeah, okay? Where the other Shambhala door is, okay? And many friends have been asking about this, where is the Shambhala door in Toledo? So actually I went to it with Rinpoche, yeah? But the only thing is, unfortunately, I didn't have a camera or anything like that. However, yeah, it's in the Cathedral of Toledo, yeah? And I just remember it was like a big medieval door with a lot of like metal studs in it. And Rinpoche was like, oh, this is the door of Shambhala, yeah? So actually our plan was actually this last year, which unfortunately didn't happen, no? We intended like this May, which obviously didn't happen because of the pandemic and everything, and Rinpoche going into Parinirvana, yeah? But our plan was to take Rinpoche back to Toledo and look for the Shambhala door, yeah? And then Rinpoche was like, oh yeah, so we were going to organize that, yeah? But I'm afraid now we're going to have to go ourselves and have a look, yeah? Okay. Also very famous, yeah? In Toledo was the famous school of translators of Toledo, where they took all the ideas from the ancient Greeks and Romans, yeah? And through the Islamic culture, yeah? And they translated like Aristotle, Plato, the Arab doctors and so on, yeah. And so anyway, so they had this incredible knowledge, yeah. And so when the Jesuit monks went to Tibet, and they went actually 2 times, one in the 17th century and one in the 19th century, yeah? They got as far as Tashi Lumpo Monastery in Tibet, yeah. Our Ganshan Monastery is a branch of Tashi Lumpo, yeah. So they went to Tibet because they'd heard the Jesuits wanted to know about Shambhala, so they went to Tibet, yeah. So then the Panchen Lamas and the Buddhist Lamas, they also heard about Toledo, from, you know, which is the capital of the Jesuit order in Spain, yeah. So they heard that also they had all this incredible stuff like medicine and astronomy and all these kind of mathematics, you know. So they said also there must be something of the Kalachakra culture, yeah. So also in the Tibetan histories, Rinpoche always said that, I've never actually seen this, but I want eventually, I'm sure if I read enough books in Tibetan, I'll find it, yeah. The Rinpoche said in the Tibetan histories, it says that it's mentioned about Toledo. Why? Because the Jesuits went to Tibet, no? And so, you know, that they both knew about each other, yeah? So, okay, so the Spanish one is in Toledo, and the door is located in the cathedral, but just unfortunately, I can't remember which door, yeah? So I don't know, maybe I just have to go and feel or something, yeah? I was looking at some photos of the Toledo Cathedral, yeah? Actually, there's one door with lions on it, yeah? So lion is the Shambhala symbol, so I thought, I wonder if it was that one, yeah? But now we'll just have to go back one time, yeah, and have a look, yeah? Maybe, hopefully we'll take future Rinpoche next time. And all this is to be continued, yeah? Okay? If not, we can also go before, okay? Okay, so there's that one. And then there's also another one in Rio de Janeiro, yeah? Which also Actually, it's okay. I'll continue. Yeah. 5 more minutes. Yeah. So I was asking our Brazilian Sangha if anybody knew any news about why Rinpoche called our center in Rio de Janeiro Porta Segreta and said there was a Shambhala door there. Yeah. So Elder from our São Paulo Sangha, he sent me some. Let me have a look. He sent me some things about how, according to Brazilian culture, there's one special rock, yeah, which is called. You can also look this up if you want on the internet. This is called. What's it called? Oh, Pedra de Gavea. Now, okay, this is in Rio de Janeiro. There's many beautiful rocks, yeah. And according to Brazilian culture, each one is very special with a super spiritual energy. Okay. Now, there's one rock called the Pedra de Gavea, yeah. Which, anyway, so this is the one that they think is associated with the Shambhala door, according to Brazilian culture, yeah? So, anyway, all very, very, very interesting, yeah? And like I say, Rinpoche, for sure, had never read Wikipedia because they didn't have Wikipedia when he said all these things, yeah? Okay, and also never looked at such things, yeah? Couldn't, no? He read mainly Tibetan, no? Okay? On his internet, no? He used to look at Tibetan things, no? So anyway, but Rinpoche knew all these things, okay? Like, why he had a different vision from us. So I just wanted to share those things with you, okay? But anyway, whether Shambhala is an external place or a state of consciousness or it's a collective change of society, yeah? If we practice the spiritual exercises included in here, yeah, we will gradually find the inner kingdom of Shambhala within ourselves, yeah? So hopefully bit by bit we can go on this journey together and become better people and go on our own sort of collective journey to Shambhala, okay? So if you'd like this week, yeah, maybe what we can do is like think of 2 or 3 other people around us and imagine what it would be like to be them, yeah? That would be a good spiritual exercise, imagining to be somebody else. How would it be for them, yeah, their life, yeah? To start to empathize with somebody else. So we could try that for a few days and then next Tuesday we carry on with the next part, yeah, okay? Okay, so thank you all very much for listening, yeah? So now we'll make the NgalSo dedications, yeah? Okay? So, as always, we touch our hand to our heart and we say Om Bishwa Shanti Hom, yeah? Mantras start with Om, they finish with Hom, and Bishwa means world and Shanti means peace. So we're saying, by the power of the truth, peace and bliss forever, okay? And then a few other things, okay? So make all the good wishes you have in your heart for as many people as you can, for society. May the pandemic finish. May the environment be healed, and so on. All the different problems, may they be resolved. May people have more wisdom and compassion, and so on. Yeah. So let's make many good wishes like this. Okay. Okay. So let's dedicate strongly. Okay. Om Bishwa Shanti Hum. 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 Lama Kunchoson La Kyab Suchi. Rani La Sadonil Sonecho. Dona Chosonya Chodada Dom. Gecho Hokundu Jishindru. Dona Disonampa Geweso. Jine sapane hinyo duda no bo banzo shambala gihine la mehe langiru patashi ni modele sendele ni me kuya handele shin ni senta hatu dele pel koncho sungi jingi koncho sungi nudruso koncho sungi tashishu. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realization and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. Okay, so thank you all very much for listening. So, not homework because we're all completely free, of course, but if you like, let's try and empathize with somebody else, yeah, somebody very different from us for the next few days and see how that feels. How does that, make us feel about being human, yeah? Okay, so see you all next Tuesday. Thank you all very much for listening.